everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mercy Necker. For those of you who are new here, on this channel I make lifestyle video, nursing videos and mommy videos. So today's video, guys, I'm going to be talking about the tips you need to be successful in nursing school, pretty much how best to be prepared for nursing school. Now, a quick disclaimer, I'm no expert, I'm still trying to figure out things, but I just thought to come on here to share some of these tips because I feel like if I'd gotten this, it would have been helpful for me when I was in my LPN school. So, a quick backstory for those of you who might be watching me for the first time. I'm currently an LPN, licensed practical nurse, and also I'm currently in school for my RN. So, if you're watching this video, I want to say a big congratulations to you. Congrats for a job well done, because most likely if you're watching this, you're either thinking of getting into nursing school, working towards that goal, or you already got accepted into nursing school. Congrats for making it up to this point. Congrats for the hard work and for the efforts. Like, it's not easy, and one thing I want to let you know is you've made it this far, and with efforts, the right information and the right steps, you're gonna be fine and you will graduate successfully. So let's get right into today's video. The first thing I want to talk about as a big tip is, in nursing school, you want to be super organized. There is no like slacking, there is no winging it. You want to have your affairs in order, and I'm gonna be honest with you, you have to make plans for literally everything. The reason I say this is because much work to be done. You have so many assignments, so many readings, and sometimes quizzes and tests and all that kind of stuff. So you want to make sure you have everything packed down. You want to make sure you have everything in your organizer, in your planner, in your calendar, whatever you want to call it. You just have to absolutely make sure that you don't miss anything, because for the most part, lots of nursing schools, they don't accept excuses. They don't accept, oh, I forgot, or oh, I couldn't get to this because I didn't see it in the calendar. All right, you want to make sure that you have your business straight down, your T's crossed and your I's dotted, because, well, we don't want to make no mistake. All right, so that's the very first thing, and closely followed with this, I would say, would be to learn or to know how best you study. So what do I mean? Of us, I know, study differently. So you want to learn, or you want to know if you study best with concept map, with flashcards, mnemonics and all that kind of stuff. In all honesty, if you're able to figure this out right now at the beginning stage, you're good, and you don't have to waste so much time like I did trying to figure things out in the later stage. At least that way, when you get into nursing school, you already know what works best for you. You already know how to go about studying. So that's like one big tip, and closely followed with that is gonna be learning test taking strategies. So what do I mean? I'm gonna say it out right here. Being in nursing school, going through nursing school, is not about how smart you are. Rather, it's about your ability to take tests and to do absolutely well on them. Now, we all know you can be really smart, but then you're not good at test taking strategies. You're not good at test taking. So what that's gonna do is, well, you're gonna fail. All right, it sucks, but that's what it is. The system is pretty much set up in a way that if you don't do well in your test, you're pretty much kicked out of the program, just like with any other course. So you want to learn test taking strategies, so how best to do well with tests and all that. And also with nursing school, it's slightly different from your other programs, because nursing school, you basically could get like a question with 4 options, and all options are actually right. So in their words, or according to them, you want to select the most correct answers. All right, so that puts you in a situation where you either have to know what you're doing, or pretty much you're done for. All right, point I want to talk about is when it comes to your wears, your outfit, your shoes and all of that. Basically, your uniform. As nursing students, you're gonna be in your scrubs for a long time, you're gonna be in your shoes for a long time. All right, so you want to plan on getting things that are comfortable. I'm saying this because based on personal experience, your shoes can make or break you. Okay, if you want to squeeze in a shoe that's not the right fit, that's really uncomfortable, you're gonna get blisters by the end of the day. So I don't know about other schools, but when I was in my LPN program, we had 8-hour clinicals, and currently in my RN program, we have 12.5 hours clinical. So for the most part, except when you're on your break, which is pretty much 30 minutes, you are on your feet all the time. So imagine what's going to happen if you don't have the right shoes, if you don't have the right scrubs, or you're not comfortable. Pretty much life is going to be miserable for you. Okay, so I would say plan on investing and getting shoes, especially that are comfortable. It doesn't have to be the most expensive shoes, but you want it to fit right. Okay, so closely followed up with that, you want to get compression socks, because why not? I'm not the best, follower of this, I have to be honest, but I do know lots of people in my program, they put on compression socks, and sometimes when I actually remember, I do put one on. Okay, then the next point, another way to prepare for nursing school is to make sure that you don't procrastinate. Now, I'm very guilty of this. I'm a big procrastinator, but I have to say, since getting into the nursing career or the nursing field, I've begun to see like improvement, because just winging it doesn't cut it. It's best to do your work when it's due and in time, to prevent forgetting, to prevent missing stuff. And the reason also I say this is, with nursing school you have so much to do. No joke, sometimes in a week you have as much as 8 assignments due, sometimes even more, sometimes less, and you want to get on things. The earlier you start, the earlier you get done with them. All right, otherwise you're gonna forget stuff. So no procrastination, get on things, do it as soon as you can. Just basically, be prepared. Put in the work, put in the effort, and you will be fine. And another point I want to talk about, I wish somebody told me this, because boy oh boy, like you all should see me. I'm always stressing out towards the end of the test, like towards the end of the semester. I'm like, oh my goodness, I need 80 points to pass this class. Oh my goodness, if I can get 85, I would pass. Please, please, please don't put yourself in that situation. It's not fun at all. You want to make sure, if possible, that you do your absolute best in your first and second exams or tests, if you want to call it that, for the semester. Now, I know with every nursing school it's different, but honestly for me, it feels like we're writing tests or taking an exam every other week, honestly. So for each class, we write an average of 4 tests or 4 exams. I don't know what you know it by. So you write exams 4 times, and between these exams, right, which is pretty much every other week, you have quizzes every week, you have assignments, and sometimes you have presentation. All right, so for my school, in order to pass a class, you have to get a C+, which is a 78%. Otherwise, you are done, you're out of the program, there is no second choice. Okay, so you want to do as much as possible in order to get at least, if you can sit somewhere, say 85% and above, it's best for everybody and for your peace of mind. Now, I know that's not always possible, because honestly, this is my 3rd semester in my RN program, and you should have seen me like scuttling and running around during the last test, because I needed a 78, I think, to pass. All right, so you want to make sure that you do absolutely well, if possible, in your first and second test, to avoid the pressure, to avoid like basically just beating yourself up over something that could have been preventable. That's like one big tip. The final tip I have, guys, is basically get your life together. This is closely tied to being organized. If you're a mom, if you're busy, if you like home cooked meal, you want to do meal prep during the weekend, you want to do as much as you can, you want to do like pretty much do as much as you can, okay? Because sometimes during the week things might get so busy that you can't even like afford to do those things. So do those things, get like the laundry out, do the errands, you know, doctor's appointments if possible, like schedule them on your days off and stuff like that. You have to be organized. Like you can't cut it any other ways. You have to be organized, otherwise it's gonna come and bite you behind, okay? The final tip, guys, I have is, if possible, especially if you can't afford it, don't spend tons of money buying expensive equipment such as BP cuff, stethoscope, and all that. I know everybody has a different opinion on this. Like I said, these are solely my opinion and based off my experience. But the reason I say this is, most times wherever you're going to have your clinical experience or your clinical placement, most people actually don't use manual cuffs, and even if they do, lots of times they have in the facilities or in the hospital. So like for us, like we've done like our clinical placement, even like when we had when I was in the LPN program and currently in my RN program, we did it in a hospital. For the most part, you don't get to use this equipment, so you don't want to spend $100, $150, $200 getting a BP cuff or a stethoscope when you really can't afford it. Now there's nothing wrong if you can afford it, but I'm talking to those who maybe find it are finding things hard financially. You can put that money somewhere else and get something a little bit more affordable. And when you start working as a nurse, if you really need this equipment, then you can afford to splurge. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching up to this point. I really appreciate it. If you're not yet subscribed, you know the drill. Hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.